What's going on, y'all? It's your man Andre Ramon coming to you just after a run here. I just got an email that said I had results come in for my family tree DNA results. So I'm about to go home and check it out, see what the results are. But I wanted to do a quick video just to give some insight into my background and to guess what it is that I am. So real quick, here's a video of me actually taking the swab. So it's a few pounds heavier there. Anyway, just real quick, just to give a little rundown here. So I consider myself to be mixed, black and white. My father is black. My mom is mixed, half black and half white. So growing up, I always said there was 3/4 black and 1/4 white. But as I grew up and kind of learned a little bit more about the history of blacks in America, the Americas that is, realizing that we're inherently a mixed people. So even though I consider my dad to be black, he's most likely mixed, and he's not a particularly dark-skinned brother, so it's likely that he's part white as well. So knowing that, I would venture to guess I'm probably about 60 to 65% black. As far as the region, West African predominantly, maybe a little bit of East African possibly, but the one thing I sort of know about in the family tree or family history is lineage from the Congo, so I'd hope to see that there. On my mom's side, again, she's black and white, half British. She was born in England. Her mother is full British. Her father was black, but again, probably part white as well. I would imagine altogether, I'm probably about 65% African and about 30% European, and the rest we can say other, or possibly some Native American. So that's my guess. And now I'm gonna go home and confirm that. I'll be right back with the results. I don't know if I should have shot this after just running like I did. The voice is kind of not quite there, but it's all good. All right, so we have results. I'm not even gonna front. This isn't me finding out for the first time. This was all yesterday that I filmed the first portion of this, and I've had about 24 hours, a little longer than that, to kind of process it. I've actually verified the results on a different through a different service where I uploaded my results and compared them, and they're the same. So it seems like it's pretty legit, and I know where my peoples come from. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy because I am a bit shocked. It's not exactly what I thought it was. I told you guys yesterday what my guesses were, and the percentages are off. Let's just say that. So I got a little cheat sheet here. I'm gonna go through each of the results, and I'll start with the most negligible amounts and work my way up to the most significant. So we're gonna start off with East Central African, and I am 1% East Central African. That region consists of Somalia, Tanzania, we're talking Ethiopia. It's a region that you don't associate with the slave trade, so I'm not surprised that there's not much there. I'm a little surprised that there's something there, but I'm 1% East Central African. Moving right along, we have South Central African, not South Central Los Angeles. We're talking South Central African. And I am less than 2% South Central African. That region is southern part of the Congo. We're talking Zimbabwe, and that's all I wrote down. So there's more, but that's part of it. Less than 2%. So I definitely think that I have some lineage that goes back to the Congo, but probably not the southern part. So there's that. And then this next one actually surprised me. It's quite interesting. So the region that showed up is the West Middle East, and I'm less than 2% west side of the Middle East. So shout out to the homeboy Ali. We brothers, man. I mean, I knew it. We had it. You know what I'm saying? We brothers. I'm Middle Eastern, man. What can I say? It doesn't get more specific than that, but I'm gonna go Arabic. I'm gonna go Arabic. That's what it is, and you just gonna have to deal with that. So those are the negligible amounts. It was sort of the other category. Other than that, the rest of my heritage falls under two categories or two continents, and the first being, I guess we'll stick with Africa since that's what we were dealing with before. I am 49% West African. 49% West African. We're talking the region that I would suspect, I would be from in terms of my African lineage, because that's where the slave trade took place. We're talking about Chad, Niger, Ghana. We're talking about West Africa. And I am 49% West African. That's the shock for me. That was the big shocker, because my whole life I've been telling people I'm 3/4 black, 1/4 white. My dad's black, my mom's half black and half white. It's that simple, right? Yeah, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. The 49% West African, along with the negligible amounts of other African lineage that we discussed, are the totality of the African that is within me. I'm half black. What? Really? Yes. And it's all West African. So yeah, that's the big shock for me. Explains a lot. I always felt like, even though I would, tell folks 3/4 black, 1/4 white, I just sort of looked a little more mixed than that. But I ain't know it was this mix. So if that's 49% West African and less than a total of, what was it, like 3-ish% for other, what that leaves, 3 to 4% for other, that leaves 47% of my lineage unaccounted for, which is European. I'm 47% European. Half black and half white. Basically, that's what it is. And to give the breakdown there, 16% of that, and that's the baby. He's not going to be quiet, so don't mind him. He's good. Anyhow, 16% British, which is the largest percentage of European heritage that I have, which is not a surprise. My grandmother's English, my mother's half English, and was born in England and migrated here, so there's no surprise there. It's specifically says British Isles, so we're talking Ireland, Scotland, Wales, the UK, basically. You know, it's what it is. It's what it is. It's all right. Anyway, so that's that. Next up, the next most significant percentage is Southeastern Europe. And that refers to, we're talking about Italy, Greece, Slovenia, places like that. It's surprising to me. But last week I watched The Godfather and I felt a kinship. No? Okay. Whatever. Yeah, Italian. Greek, Slovenian, what is, I don't know. I didn't know that. Next up is Scandinavian. So Scandinavia, we're talking about Denmark and Sweden and Finland, that area. That's a surprise to me too. I don't know. I don't know of anyone, any relative from there, but apparently it doesn't lie. The DNA doesn't lie. So yeah, we're part Scandinavian. Next up is the Iberian Peninsula. Spain, Portugal. That's pretty cool. 8%. 8%. And finishing it off here, we've got some Western Central Europe. We're talking Germany, France. So that's not a surprise. My grandmother, along with being British, she sort of told family stories and things about lineage possibly coming from Germany and France. And so it's not a surprise, that's expected. So just to recap, we're talking 16% British Isles, 9% Southeast European, 8% Scandinavian, 8% Iberian Peninsula, Spain, Portugal, and 6% Western European. I am a Euro-African, African-Euro. Help me, because I don't know. I don't know what to call it, but that's what I am. And it's very fascinating to me. So now it's time to do some research. It's time to kind of learn what some of this means. I've been reading up on DNA. I saw some matches on the website as well. Family Tree DNA, that's the service that I went with, if I didn't say that earlier. So I have matches. I have some folks, fairly immediate relatives from the Wade side of my family. I saw some Biggs people on there, which is on my dad's side. I saw some Harris folks on there, that's on my dad's side. So I gotta do a little more research and kind of figure out who's who and learn a ton about DNA that I don't know because it's all new to me. But my cousin Robert kind of reached out and has been helping me, so shout out Robert. And that's where we're at, man. That's it. I always watch these YouTube videos, and I always wanted to do one when I finally did the DNA test. So that's what it is. Things are not always as they seem. For African Americans, we're, we don't always have the picture of the way things actually are. A lot of us, in the videos I've seen, we tend to believe that we have some Native American lineage that doesn't seem to show up when we do these tests, and I'm no exception. That's something that I thought was the case, but it doesn't appear to be. It may be that there's a negligible amount. I did see that on the second service that I uploaded my results to. It did look like there was a negligible amount of indigenous American, for lack of a better term, DNA. So who knows? But that's it. It's very exciting. I'd recommend this to anyone just who wants to know who you are, where you come from. It's pretty powerful stuff. So I'm going to continue to research this. I may even do an update video. But for now, it's back to the beats because that's what I do. So I'll catch you next time. God bless and talk to you later.